Hello, this is John Nolan, CEO and owner of Soul y Luna Farms, LLC. On October 1st, 2025, we performed 2 drone projects in one. First, we completed a visual exterior drone inspection of 2 roofs at a residence in Haymarket, Virginia. This was a non-destructive assessment using high-resolution aerial imagery. No thermal imaging or interior attic inspection was performed. The objective was to document overall conditions, identify any maintenance items, and flag any storm-related concerns. Weather conditions during flight were sunny with wind gusts between 10 to 11 miles per hour. Temperatures were in the 70s. I flew safe standoffs around all roof facets, capturing orbits and oblique angles to see shingle surfaces, ridge lines, valleys, penetrations, and edges. Imaging settings favored fast shutter speeds and low ISO for clarity. The roof was a standard architectural asphalt shingle, with single layers visible to eaves. The primary residence had 10 primary facets, 5 ridge lines, and 5 valleys. The second building consisted of 2 facets. On both buildings, ventilation lines coming through the roof were inspected, including looking at ridges, box, and turtle vents. The flashing on both buildings were aluminum at the walls. I inspected the drip edges, gutters, and downspouts for alignment, seam condition, and overflow evidence. I also checked fascia and soffits for paint failure or wood rot, and scanned the grounds for collateral indicators like impact marks on soft metals, screens, or siding. The shingle surfaces. Across the slopes, I looked for granule loss, creasing, lifted tabs, nail pops, blisters, punctures, and organic growth. I distinguished age-related wear from potential event damage by pattern, location, and surface characteristics. High-risk zones. I gave extra attention to valleys, step and counter flashings, pipe boots, skylights, satellite mounts. I noted any sealant failure, open laps, or gaps that could allow water intrusion, wind and hail indicators. I evaluated for wind uplift. For example, directional creasing at shingle lower edges or displaced ridge caps, and for hail signatures, such as randomized granule displacement with substrate exposure and spatter on soft metals that corroborate direction and size. Debris and maintenance. I checked for leaf buildup in valleys and gutters, moss or algae on shaded slopes, and tree overhang that can accelerate wear. These items affect drainage and should be addressed as routine maintenance. Findings and severity. My findings found nothing significant to report with minor wear and tear commensurate with a roof that is 20 years old. Recommendations. Continue to monitor roof, as this type of roof life expectancy is 30 years. This was a visual aerial inspection only. It does not guarantee water tightness and does not replace an invasive evaluation. An annual visual inspection is recommended, ideally spring or fall, and post-storm checks after significant wind, hail, or heavy snow/ice. If you have questions or would like pricing from a roofing contractor, Soul y Luna is happy to coordinate. The second project occurred at the same residence and involved developing an Ortho-Mosaic Map and digital elevation model to perform landscaping and determine areas optimal for growing lavender cultivars. This was accomplished by following a program path over 9.87 acres, taking pictures every 2 seconds at an altitude of 170.64 feet over a terrain elevation profile that ranged from 311 feet to 421 feet. In order to eliminate shadows of flight, was conducted near solar noon, which was 1 p.m. This resulted in 256 pictures that were stitched together using special software. The last 2 slides show Northern Virginia's busy airspace and following the low-altitude authorization and notification capability. The airspace in and around Northern Virginia is within the 30-mile radius and requires knowledge of the Washington, D.C. Special Flight Rules Area, SFRA. Flights were conducted under FAA Part 107, with standoff from people and property and neighborhood privacy respected. Thank you for watching.